Hello guys and welcome back to this tutorial. In this lecture we are going to look at the comparison in between REST APIs and SOAP APIs to understand which one would be better for us if we want to start developing our own API. So the main difference between SOAP and REST APIs would be that SOAP is a protocol and REST is an architectural style. Furthermore, REST APIs use multiple standards like HTTP, JSON, URL, CSV, and XML. Even though JSON would be preferred, you can use what you are most comfortable with. SOAP APIs, on the other hand, are largely based on the HTTP and only XML for data transferring. From this difference between them, there comes a disadvantage obviously when dealing with SOAP APIs from the fact that the requests being only in XML, and that way they are much larger than a JSON response, for example. In this way, SOAP will end up using much more bandwidth than REST. So REST is much more faster and efficient in this regard. Now, in general, we should use REST when we do not need a state to be maintained between API calls. To give a counterexample here, you can think about a shopping site that needs to retain the information of your purchased goods when entering the page where you pay for them. This would be a case where a SOAP API would be better than a REST API because it would need the state of your cart to be maintained to the payment page. Now, while SOAP has become standardized and also has built-in error handling, REST APIs are much more easy to use, lightweight, flexible, and all of those reasons makes it have a smaller learning curve for new developers that are just getting into API programming. REST APIs also have easy to understand standards like Swagger or Open API specification, and these standards let you thoroughly document your API in detail, this way making it much more easy to be adopted by new programmers. In conclusion, if you are thinking about whether to choose SOAP or REST for your project, I would say that it ultimately boils down to the web service that you want to implement. So, based on your own needs, you have to decide which one to go with further. So this was about the difference between SOAP and REST APIs. Thank you guys for sticking with me to the end of this tutorial, and I look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.